Welcome to the Cosmic Realms of Mythology, Heaven, Earth, and the Abyss Unveiled. In this journey beyond the veil, we explore the ancient structures of the universe, as imagined by myth-makers across cultures. From the shining heights of heaven to the mortal stage of earth, and into the mysterious depths of the abyss, discover how these realms shaped gods, heroes, and the fate of souls. What secrets lie above and below our world? And what do these cosmic layers reveal about the human spirit? Join us as we unveil the forgotten architecture of myth and meaning that still echoes today. The sacred blueprint of the cosmos. In nearly every culture across time, mythologies have shaped the way humans perceive the universe. These stories don't just explain the world. They offer a sacred map of existence, dividing reality into layered realms that mirror spiritual truths. The tripartite cosmic structure, heaven above, earth in the middle, and the abyss or underworld below, forms a universal pattern found in mythologies from Greece to Egypt, from Mesopotamia to Mesoamerica. This structure is more than symbolic. It reflects humanity's attempt to comprehend life, death, the divine, and the unknown. This cosmic axis, often called the axis mundi, represents not only the physical layers of existence, but also psychological and spiritual dimensions. In this exploration, we unveil the hidden meanings, cross-cultural variations, and archetypal significance of heaven, earth, and the abyss in mythology. Part 1. Heaven, the celestial realm of the gods. 1. Heaven in myth and symbol. Heaven, the highest realm, is often portrayed as the domain of gods, spirits, and cosmic order. It represents transcendence, purity, and enlightenment, a place above the mundane, untouched by corruption. In mythology, heaven is both a literal sky and a metaphysical plane, the source of divine authority and celestial energy. Greek mythology, Mount Olympus, home of the Olympian gods, stands above the world and symbolizes divine rule and order. Norse mythology, Asgard, the fortress of the Aesir gods, lies high in the heavens and is connected to earth by the rainbow bridge Bifrost. Mesopotamian mythology. The heavens were divided into multiple layers, with the highest reserved for the gods Anu and Enlil, forming a structured cosmology. 2. The ladder to the divine. Many myths include a ladder, bridge, or tree that connects earth to heaven, metaphors for spiritual ascension and divine communication. The biblical Jacob's ladder reveals a vision of angels ascending and descending between heaven and earth. The world tree Yggdrasil in Norse mythology spans all realms, its highest branches reaching into the heavens. These symbols suggest that heaven is not just a place, but a state of spiritual evolution. Ascending to heaven is symbolic of enlightenment, union with the divine, or the soul's journey after death. Part 2. Earth, the middle realm of mortals. 1. Earth as the human stage. Earth is the central realm, the world of human life and struggle. In myth, Earth is often depicted as a battlefield between divine will and mortal agency, a stage where the drama of existence unfolds. It is here that time, history, and change exist, and where the soul experiences learning, suffering, and growth. In Hindu cosmology, Earth Bhuloka is the middle world among 7 higher and 7 lower planes. In Egyptian myth, Earth was seen as the space between Nut, sky goddess, and Geb, earth god, symbolizing balance between divine energies. In Native American traditions, Earth is sacred and alive, a mother figure, Pachamama, Gaia, nurturing both spirit and body. 2. Earth as a bridge and battleground. The Earth realm often serves as a bridge between higher and lower realities. It is neither purely divine nor entirely dark. It contains both potential and peril. Heroes are born here, destinies are forged, and transformation becomes possible. In Greek myths, Earth is frequently caught between the Olympians above and the Titans below. In Norse cosmology, Midgard, Middle-earth, is the mortal realm, surrounded by chaos and protected by the gods. Earth is where myths meet reality, where celestial influence manifests through prophecy, fate, and intervention. It is also the realm where humanity must make moral choices that affect their soul's journey toward higher or lower realms. Part 3. The Abyss, the Underworld, and Beyond. 1. The Depths of Darkness. The abyss or underworld is not merely a place of punishment, but a rich, complex domain representing death, mystery, and transformation. It is the realm of ancestors, spirits, forgotten knowledge, and shadow. While often feared, the abyss holds profound significance. It is the womb of rebirth, the mirror of the soul. In Greek mythology, Hades rules the underworld, a neutral realm for all the dead, divided into sections like Elysium and Tartarus. In Mesopotamian belief, the underworld, or Kala, is a shadowy realm governed by Ereshkigal, where all souls journey after death. In Aztec mythology, Mictlan is the underworld where souls undergo a challenging journey over 9 levels to reach rest. 2. Descent and Initiation. The descent into the abyss is a central mythological theme, known as the katabasis. It represents the soul's journey into darkness, confrontation with the shadow, and eventual transformation. Orpheus descends into the underworld to retrieve Eurydice, symbolizing the power of love and art to penetrate death. Inanna, the Sumerian goddess, descends into her Kala to experience death and rebirth, shedding layers of power to meet her dark sister. Jesus, in Christian theology, descends into hell before resurrection, bridging life and afterlife. The abyss is not final. It is a crucible. It strips the hero of ego and illusion, offering wisdom in exchange. In this way, it is both grave and gateway. The Axis Mundi, connecting the realms. The concept of the Axis Mundi, or world axis, is crucial in understanding the cosmic structure. This axis, symbolized by trees, mountains, or pillars, connects the 3 realms. It often appears as the world tree Yggdrasil, Mount Meru in Hindu and Buddhist cosmology, the tree of life in Kabbalah, the cross in Christianity. The Axis Mundi symbolizes the possibility of movement between realms, through shamanic journeying, dreams, spiritual initiation, or mythic quests. It reminds us that the cosmos is dynamic, and humans can ascend or descend based on inner growth or regression. Comparative mythology, cross-cultural parallels. Despite vast geographic and cultural differences, striking similarities emerge in mythologies across the world. Culture, heaven, earth, abyss/underworld. Greek Mount Olympus, the world of men, Hades/Tartarus. Norse Asgard, Midgard, Hell/Niflheim. Hindu Svarga, Buloka Patala. Egyptian Duat, Celestial Path, Land of the Nile, Tuat, Underworld. Mayan, the sky realms, Zabalba, Earthly World, Zabalba, Underworld. This universality suggests that these realms reflect archetypal realities within the human psyche, echoes of a shared spiritual blueprint. Carl Jung viewed them as expressions of the collective unconscious, where myths give voice to inner experiences that transcend time and culture. Heaven, earth, and the abyss as states of being. Beyond spatial metaphors, these realms can also be understood as states of consciousness. Heaven, enlightenment, peace, divine clarity. Earth, awareness, struggle, ethical responsibility. Abyss, shadow work, death, inner chaos, and eventual rebirth. This interpretation allows mythology to speak not only of the cosmos, but also of the inner world. Each realm becomes part of the human journey, We rise toward heaven through compassion, wisdom, and spiritual practice. We live on earth, facing choices, challenges, and consequences. We descend into the abyss when facing grief, fear, or transformation, and emerge wiser, stronger, more whole. The mythical journey through the realms. The journey through the cosmic realms is often portrayed as a cycle. Descent into the abyss, crisis, death, inner darkness. Ascent through earth, struggle, rebirth, responsibility. Elevation to heaven, illumination, union, fulfillment. This cycle can be seen in the hero's journey, spiritual awakening, or even personal growth. Myths invite us to see our lives as part of this sacred movement, not just geographically, but psycho-spiritually. Reconnecting with the mythic cosmos. In modern times, science has mapped the universe in physical terms, but mythology continues to offer maps of meaning. The tripartite cosmos, heaven, earth, and the abyss, reminds us that the world is not just matter, but mystery. It is structured with purpose, layered with symbols, and saturated with spirit. To reconnect with these cosmic realms is not to reject reason, but to enrich it with mythic imagination. In doing so, we discover that heaven is not just above, but within our highest ideals. Earth is not only ground, but the sacred stage of our journey. The abyss is not the end, but the passage through which we transform. These realms still live in our dreams, our stories, our symbols, and perhaps most importantly, in the hidden architecture of the soul. The journey of the soul through myth. From the dawn of storytelling, humanity has imagined life as a great journey. Myths from every culture have encoded this belief into narratives that mirror a sacred process, the transformation of the soul. At the heart of these myths lies a deep, symbolic movement through three cosmic realms: the abyss underworld, earth middle realm, and heaven upper realm. This movement is not just geographical or cosmological. It is psychological, spiritual, and existential. The mythical journey through these realms serves as a metaphor for personal growth, death and rebirth, spiritual awakening, and the eternal quest for meaning. Whether in the trials of Hercules, the vision quests of shamans, or the parables of prophets, this archetypal journey reflects our inner transformation through suffering, struggle, and ultimately, illumination. This essay explores how the soul's mythical journey through the abyss, earth, and heaven is told across traditions, what it symbolizes, and how it resonates with our own human experience. Part 1. Descent into the abyss, death, shadow, and transformation. 1. The call to descent. Every mythical journey begins with a rupture, a fall, a call, or a crisis. The hero, often unwilling or unaware, is pulled from the ordinary world into the depths of the unknown. This descent into the abyss represents the first phase of transformation, confrontation with death, chaos, and the unconscious self. In mythology, this descent is known as the catabasis. Inanna, the Sumerian goddess, willingly descends into the underworld, stripped of her power and pride. Orpheus, the Greek bard, journeys to Hades in search of his lost love, Eurydice. Jesus, in Christian theology, descends into hell before resurrection. Buddha, though not descending into an underworld, faces the temptations and fears of Mara under the Bodhi tree, a symbolic journey inward. This stage is often associated with loss, grief, isolation, or ego death. The abyss forces the individual to confront their deepest fears, traumas, and hidden aspects of the psyche, what Carl Jung called the shadow. 2. The purpose of the abyss. Though terrifying, the abyss is not a place of punishment. It is a crucible of purification and insight. In descending, the hero gains access to hidden knowledge, ancestral wisdom, and personal truth. The abyss represents Darkness before enlightenment. Womb of rebirth and creativity. Source of authentic identity. Without the descent, true transformation cannot occur. The journey into the depths breaks down the false self and prepares the soul for renewal. Part 2. Earth, the realm of trial, choice, and integration. 1. Earth as the middle realm. Emerging from the abyss, the traveler returns or awakens in the middle realm, Earth. This is the realm of mortal life, filled with trial, uncertainty, relationships, and decision-making. While Earth may seem mundane compared to the extremes of heaven or the underworld, it is the realm where choices have weight and transformation takes root. In myth, this stage reflects the hero's return, Odysseus journeying home to Ithaca. The wandering phase, Moses and the Israelites in the desert. The moral trial, Siddhartha renouncing luxury and exploring suffering. Earth is where the knowledge or power gained in the abyss must be tested. The journeyer is no longer who they were, but they are not yet complete. They must now live in balance between the divine and the human, the light and the shadow. 2. The trials of the earthly realm. Unlike the abyss, where danger is clear and overt, Earth's challenges are subtle and continuous. Here, the journeyer faces temptation. Will they misuse the power they gained? Disbelief. Will others accept their transformation? Responsibility. Will they serve others with their wisdom? Myths often depict this phase through ordeals, labors, tasks, or moral dilemmas. Consider the labors of Hercules, who must face both physical and inner beasts. Or the journey of Gilgamesh, who after losing Enkidu, roams the earth searching for the secret of immortality. This stage requires the integration of insights into real life. The hero is tested not just by external foes, but by the burden of knowledge and the call to act on it. Part 3. Ascent to heaven, illumination, union, and return to source. 1. The ascent motif. If the abyss is descent into death and the earth is the test of life, the heaven realm represents resurrection, divinity, and eternal truth. The hero, now transformed and initiated, ascends, either metaphorically or literally, into the upper world. This ascent is the return to origin, the reunion with the higher self, the gods, or the cosmic order. Ascension may occur at death, through enlightenment, or during a visionary moment. Jesus ascends into heaven after resurrection. Muhammad ascends during the Miraj to meet Allah and receive divine instruction. Shamans in many indigenous traditions climb the cosmic tree to commune with sky spirits. This realm represents union with the divine or cosmic truth, the transcendence of ego and time, ultimate peace, joy, and understanding. 2. Symbolism of heaven. Heaven is not just a place, it is a state of being. The hero's ascent symbolizes the soul returning to its highest potential, free from fear and illusion. It is the moment when inner conflict dissolves and clarity arises. In esoteric traditions, Kabbalah's tree of life culminates in Kether, pure divine light. Buddhist nirvana is a state beyond suffering and identity. Plato's realm of forms is a higher world of perfect truth and beauty. Heaven represents the reward for the journey, but also the understanding that the journey itself was divine all along. The return, sharing the gift. In many myths, the journey does not end in heaven. The final, often overlooked, phase is the return. The hero comes back to the world, bearing gifts, wisdom, or healing. This reflects the mythic principle of service. The transformed soul now aids others. Examples include Buddha, who remains on earth to teach the Dharma; Moses, who returns with divine laws; Prometheus, who brings fire knowledge to humanity at great cost. This stage mirrors the responsibility of the awakened individual, to bridge heaven and earth, bringing spiritual truth into the material world. Archetypal significance of the realms. Let's revisit the symbolic structure of the three realms as states of consciousness. Realm symbolic function, psychological meaning. Abyss death, shadow, mystery confronting trauma. Ego death, unconscious fears. Earth life, trial, integration learning, moral choice, ego reformation. Heaven illumination, divinity, truth self-realization, enlightenment, spiritual union. These realms exist within us. We pass through them many times in a lifetime, not always in linear fashion. A major life loss, for example, can cast us into the abyss. Recovery and action follow in earth, and moments of profound peace or realization lift us into heaven. This cyclical movement, descent, integration, ascension, forms the core of spiritual and psychological growth. Cross-cultural patterns in the mythical journey. Despite cultural differences, the structure of the mythic journey through the realms appears universally. The hero's journey, Joseph Campbell departure abyss, initiation, earth, return, heaven/integration. Shamanic journey, descent into spirit world abyss, gathering insight earth, ascension to sky world heaven. Mystical Christianity, dark night of the soul abyss, purification earth, union with God heaven. Alchemy, Nigredo blackness/death, albedo white/awakening, rubedo red/enlightenment. These patterns suggest a universal structure to human growth, one that myth helps us navigate. The external realms are inner landscapes, and mythology is our ancient compass. Myth and the modern soul. Why does this journey still matter today? In a world of noise, chaos, and materialism, the mythic journey reminds us that life has meaning, that suffering can lead to wisdom, that darkness precedes rebirth, and that truth waits within. Modern seekers undergo this journey through therapy, facing the abyss of trauma; spiritual practice, walking the earth path of integration; mystical experience, glimpses of the heaven realm. In literature, film, and art, the hero's journey still unfolds. Luke Skywalker, Frodo Baggins, Moana, and countless others reenact this cosmic path. It is embedded in our psyche because it reflects our deepest nature. We are all on a mythic journey through the realms. Becoming the bridge. The mythical journey through the abyss, earth, and heaven is not just a story. It is a living path. By understanding these realms, we understand ourselves, our fears, our struggles, our aspirations. The abyss teaches humility and truth. Earth teaches action and compassion. Heaven teaches unity and peace. But the journey does not end in transcendence. It continues in service, in love, and in creative expression. We are called not to escape the world, but to transform it, to become the bridge between realms, between shadow and light, body and spirit, human and divine. The myths still whisper, guiding us through the darkness, across the trials, and into the stars. Thank you for exploring the cosmic realms of mythology. Heaven, earth, and the abyss unveiled with us. If you found meaning in these ancient visions of the cosmos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into myth and mystery. From celestial thrones to shadowed underworlds, these stories continue to shape how we see our place in the universe. Drop a comment below. What realm fascinated you most? Until next time, keep seeking the truths hidden between the stars, beneath the soil, and within the soul. The mythic journey never ends. It only begins again in new forms.